That's right.
In the great state of Texas. The leader of the Texas Tech Red Raider football team. Fresh out of a tough game against the Mountaineers in Morgantown. Ladies and gentlemen, Joey McGuire.
Yeah, Coach. What's up, Coach?
Coach, how you doing? Oh, you're muted. I don't know if it's our end or your end. Is it us or him? Nah, you're muted. We got to get you unmuted. It's on. I think it's on your side. I think it's on your side.
Yeah, I mean,
now you're muted. Yeah. There you are, Coach.
I apologize. Hey, first of all, I just want to tell you, we're not leaving the Big 12, bro.
Who told you? Who told you?
Not leaving the Big 12. I don't know who, that rumor yesterday, we're all in.
Okay, yeah, but the rumor was kind of started by me yesterday is what I was trying to
I tell you, about you guys.
Yeah, I called Cody Campbell. I said, hey, listen, I think you guys need to get out of the Big 12. I think it's only right. I think you guys need to go ahead and head over to the SEC. I was looking at a map. I was zoomed out. I kind of panned over west. You could see how you guys, West Texas, kind of in the Southeastern Conference. We need you out of there. But on that note, the reason why I'm saying that is because I think I now have had a chance to really see what you're building down there and how special it is. Obviously, you get a massive win over West Virginia here to wrap up the season. You got the Big 12 championship game coming up here in a few days. How do you feel about where your team is and the vision of what the future can be down there? It feels like a very special time and about to be special times down there in Lubbock for you guys.
Yeah, it's incredible. This is where we thought we would be. Honestly, you could tell in spring football how mature this group was. And it's all about staying healthy and having good things happen. And we're getting healthier and healthier. This is probably as healthy as we've been all year long going into the Big 12 championship, which is great news for us. But, man, this administration, Cody Campbell, Dusty Womble, these guys, man, they went all in. And so every day I come to work, man, I'm lucky. I work with the best AD in the country, the best president in the country. And they put everything behind this that we can win at a high level. And so I think important, and I try to make sure that they understand how much we appreciate it, and then what we put on the field is something special.
You talk about everybody being in alignment. At a lot of schools, the money people aren't necessarily football people, but the football teams need the money people. So then the money people start having obviously some say because they actually do have some power because they are the supply of the roster. You guys having football people as your money people is a weapon. It is outrageous, and then you add in Patrick Mahomes as well, who brings in an incredible Adidas deal and also any quarterback you want, any weapon. It's like you guys really seemingly are the perfect setup for this transfer portal NIL era, but you're doing it in the right way, investing in the trenches. Can you tell me about that a little bit? Is that because you think you got football people that are money people saying, hey, this is where we want to be, great at? Or why do you think you guys do invest where you invest with your team?
Well, it helps that you've got a former, NFL O-lineman that's the biggest, backer that we have and is really, the brains behind all of this as far as starting the Matador Club and, how we were going to do NIL and how we were going to do rev share. But whenever you look at the, Ohio State last year, Notre Dame, when you look at the teams, Georgia, Alabama, they're just so dominant up front. And so that was one thing that we talked about, is, how good can we be in the offensive and defensive line? Funny story. We're in the middle of spring football and Stanford makes a coach's change. So now all of a sudden you've got a guy out there, David Bailey, who, is going to be able to get in the portal because of the coach change. And my GM, James Blanchard, comes to me and he goes, hey, there's a chance we can get somebody that's just as good as Romello Height. Now, I've been watching Romello Height for a few months now, and I'm like, hold on, man. Like, this dude's different. Like, you're telling me that there's a guy like this? And he goes, yeah. And I said, do we have room? And he goes, we can make room, this and this. And the last thing that got me, he goes, what would the Eagles do? What would Philadelphia Eagles do? Just go to get another defensive lineman. And I went, all right, let's go get him.
Yes.
And we're able to add a guy that's been leading the country in sacks.
Yeah, so the ability to not only go make that play is obviously because of the backing, but the football decision in saying, hey, we need to win in the trenches is what really separates, I think, the good money from just having money. And I think that is why we need you guys to be going to the SEC. Okay, need you to get the hell out of the Big 12. And, hey, I know going into Morgantown, you were telling the boys, hey, we're okay.
Look out.
Be wary.
Bring your own juice.
And then you got not bring your own juice. You disrespectful! Don't you say that? Don't you? And I want to let you know, Coach. Go ahead.
That's the first time I've been in Morgantown 3 times. At Baylor and at Texas Tech, met 4 times, and that's the first time that we've won in Morgantown. I've taken my 2018. We got beat so bad. I mean, they beat the brakes off of us and made us like them. And so it's such a tough place to play. We really did. Like we went in there with our piss was hot now.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, we watched it. Okay, we saw your piss was hot, and we saw your entire team on display. Just know that the hard edge is coming back. But on that note, hard edge, I like how tough your team is. I love the kind of the moxie of your squad. Obviously you high school football coach, and I think at AT&T Stadium you've won 2 out of your 3 high school state championships as well. So it obviously has a lot of meaning for you guys and for your team. Obviously, like everything about you guys is ball. And then your linebacker, who might win the whole damn thing with the best stash in all of ball, Rodriguez, you got him playing quarterback as well. It's like you're doing everything right down there. And it feels like you go out of your way to do that. Does it feel like that? And does it feel like you get all the people that fit your culture immediately because you kind of you display who you are every single day, if that makes sense?
We're very intentional for sure what we do. Every Friday night we have game day captains, and I meet with the O-line and D-line together, and then the game day captains, we're all in it together. And I tell them, man, like, you've earned this. Like, I am very intentional of like who's going to be a game day captain and why they're a game day captain. We made sure this year that every single walk-on that has been with us for 4 years was a game day captain. We call our walk-ons the Dead Rabbits off of the games in New York. And, that was a tough game. And that's kind of like what we try to get those guys to be. That comes from our special teams coordinator, Kenny Perry. But we're very intentional. And then the other thing, man, we care deeply about our players in every aspect of their life. We got 6 guys that are married. All 6 of the wives were at our Thanksgiving dinner as a team. Everything we do, we try to do it very intentionally to get these guys to understand how much we care about them.
Special place. Will you view tonight as any decision for your program? Do you get justification, fulfillment out of any of these rankings or anything like that? Like if tonight it comes out, you guys are ranked at 4 or whatever, or maybe even higher. Will you feel fulfillment out of that, or how do you kind of handle that with the boys?
We'll practice, and I'll check here in a little bit exactly what time. I watch it, man. I'm a football geek now, man. Right now on my tabs of what's pulled up, I have every bracket pulled up of high school football, of who's playing who this weekend, and then I watch it as a fan also. I'm watching it as where we're at, but I'm also watching it as a fan of who moves up to where. I think we should be in the top 4. And we're playing for that. And we've been talking about that because it's important for us to get a bye, so we're fighting like hell to get in the playoffs and win the Big 12, but we're fighting like hell to be in the top 4 also.
You get a bye, you can obviously get healthy, or you can get rusty, Coach. Now, you can get rusty. That would be on your ass not preparing the boys. You got a bunch of married guys, these old dudes,
Right.
Get those couple weeks off. We'll see if the old high school ball coach can get the boys ready to go. 49-0 in Morgan. This point. Coach, you've made some comments, I think everybody kind of has, about the state of college ball. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Coach, in the wake of Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss for LSU and kind of the entire conjecture around that, you got applauded for a lot of your comments about the college football schedule. In your opinion, what changes would you like to see with the schedule? And ultimately, do you think that that's something that will actually happen? Because we had Marty Smith on yesterday, and he said the problem is that the schedule really is only going to affect 10 to 11 schools per year because those are the coaches who are leaving. And I think a lot of people would disagree. But what are the changes that you would like to see made, and do you think that'll ultimately happen here soon?
Yeah, I mean, you got to disagree with that because North Texas and Tulane are in that boat. You're looking at how many guys. I guess James Madison's in that boat too. So it's more than 10 and 11 whenever you've got really good coaches like Eric Morse and guys like that. I think, honestly, y'all can play Mike Leach's explanation on how the playoffs go. I'd go back to that video because it's really simple and it's really hilarious because guess what? It's common sense. It's what high school does, Division III, Division II, FCS, and the NFL. Move us all the way. For this year, what I would have done, put week 1 is August 23rd. The conference championship would have been played on Thanksgiving weekend. 7 days later, I know it's this crazy thing that you actually play playoff games every 7 days, but 7 days later, you play the first round. 7 days later, the quarterfinals. 7 days later, the semifinals. National championship can actually be done before the portal ever opens. It's this like crazy concept that high school football is doing right now in Texas. I was lucky enough to play in 4 of them. The latest I played, we played 16 games in the state of Texas to win it all. And the latest I played was December 23rd. So if you can do it in the high school and you can do it in every other level of college, then you ought to be able to do it this way. And that solves a lot of issues with the portal and coaches league and everything like that.
That's a lot easier than moving the portal to the spring and then trying to move spring ball to the summer, which leads into training camp. It's like, no, let's just knock this thing out, get January 1 maybe as the national championship every single year in this entirety. Is that what you're projecting?
Well, all of that, whenever people are talking about that, we're reacting and not being proactive. We're not fixing the problem. We're reacting to the problem.
That's right.
It's like, here's my biggest deal. Why I think where we're at is we got all of our kids, except for 2. We got all of our kids to where they were with me from January all the way to this point right now. And so we were such a closer team. We knew exactly what we had. We were able to go through spring football. We had everything installed from a brand new offensive coordinator, a brand new defensive coordinator. Now let's react. Here's the thing I don't want. You have a spring portal, and I'm stuck with a kid that doesn't want to be at Texas Tech for all of spring until the portal opens up.
Yeah, right.
I want that. Right. So we're reacting. Fix the problem by changing the calendar and moving everything up.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Hey, you nailed that right on the heart out at ESPN. We're still live on digital, but I want to let you know your timing is impeccable, and so is your brain and your coaching style. We appreciate the hell out of you. Ladies and gentlemen, head coach down here at Texas Tech, Rackham!
Rackham, baby.
You want this, you got that. No way, watch them walk right past you. Run fast while you have the chance. Don't speak, let